Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I decided to run another 10K race for the second time this year as a beginner runner. And the last time that I ran a 10K race earlier this year, I didn't eat before and I was doing this whole fasted thing. So basically discipline and prayer. And girl, I suffered for it. And for this time on Juneteenth, I ate. Like I actually fueled my body the way it deserved to be fueled. And I crossed that finish line 15 minutes faster. 15 minutes on Juneteenth in Arizona heat, 106 degrees just starting out. As one of the only black women out there, and I just kept thinking I wasn't running harder, I was finally running full. Good morning. So we're at the park right now, but I wanted to talk about this post-race feeling that I had. I did a 10K for Juneteenth. It was amazing. I loved it. I will say that I was one of the only black people there for the race. That's probably a different conversation for a little bit later, but something that really stuck with me is that training for something super duper hard almost feels like spiritually it gives you a reason to get up in the morning. Just fulfills me on a different level spiritually and mentally, that I'm doing this not only to steward my body correctly, but I'm also doing this because I have certain goals that I want to hit, and this helps me hit my goals. And it's so interesting to see how my discipline is being displayed at this stage of, or this season of my fitness wellness journey. The 10K was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. If you remember, about 3 months ago, I had did my first 10K and I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I really did mean that. Time around, I think I trained properly, I ate properly, I carb loaded, I did all the research for carb loading and whatever. And that went really, really, really well. I did a lot of like pasta, shrimp, asparagus, or chicken, double rice, double sweet potato, and a vegetable. I can't remember what vegetable I did. No, it was Brussels sprouts. And yeah, the morning before I did my waffle with peanut butter. I really did take my nutrition seriously when it came to that. Now, obviously, it's not for weight loss. Like the food that I was eating wasn't for weight loss, but it definitely was for making sure I was able to sustain our 4-minute run. With that said, let's talk quickly about my time. I shaved off about 15 minutes off of my time. I finished in an hour and like 4 minutes, hour 3 minutes or so. The last time I did this was like an hour and almost 20 minutes. And so I think I can attribute the fact that I obviously trained pretty well, but the strength training and all of this probably pushed me over the edge. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't want to do all this running and still not meet my goals for the end of the year as far as like strength training and building muscle. And so I didn't want to neglect that side of my workout routine. Sorry, I'm at the park. Watch it. But I will say it really, really, really made a difference in the way that I was able to keep my stamina up the entire time. I think I maybe stopped one time for like a drink break. I had to take off my shirt because it was so hot here. If you don't know, I'm in Arizona. So like walking out the house first thing in the morning is 106 degrees. So anyway, and I think to that day, it only got up to about 110. During the actual race, it was only about 96 degrees, so I was grateful. Now, I will say I was one of the only African American girls there, which I was a little bit disappointed in. That was the Juneteenth experience. We are inching towards being in the half marathon very, very soon. But I will say that I am super proud of myself this year. I said I was going to do something. I have all of my goals written down. We are actually halfway through the year. It's about to be July. By the time you're saying this, it will be July. And I'm happy this year. This year has treated me very, very well when it comes to following through with what I'm saying and leaning on God to make sure that I am hitting my goals, my personal goals. Also want to say this is a perfect time to go ahead and reset. If you have not done so, that means declutter your phone, declutter your space, declutter your mind if you need to. We are in officially quarter 3. We're in quarter 3, but I am on mommy duty, so we are going to actually get all of our stuff done. Go back to my mom's house and do my hair and get dinner ready and all the things. So let's go. Now, there is something about being in your 30s and still having parents to go to. My dad passed away, so when I say that I'm going to my mom's, I don't take it lightly, especially being a mother myself, because I know what it feels like to not be able to make a call anymore to that parent, to not have that option. So here we are, I'm sort of reflecting and just processing my gratitude. And being in your 30s is really this specific thing that I don't think anybody fully prepares you for, because you think that you're old enough to know better about life and young enough to still be figuring it out, which I think I am. And the losses hit a lot different in this decade. The wins hit different. Everything just lands differently. Okay, honey, let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit. Let's go back to the meat and potatoes of why you're here. If you are thinking about starting your running journey right now, kudos to you, clock it. So maybe you've never run a mile in your life before, or maybe the idea of a 10K feels impossible, but I want to say to you a few things. First things first, you do not have to run fast. I know everyone on social media is always posting their run times and making it seem like it's like the easiest thing to do to run a 5K in like 10 minutes. Thing is, you don't. You don't even have to run the whole time. Doing walk-run intervals is how I started and how most people start, and there is zero shame in that. Second, and this one is really, I'm talking to myself on this, but fuel your body. I know I'm personally still on a weight loss and muscle training journey, but the secret sauce is that you have to start this journey trying not to shrink yourself. So if we all want to become great runners, you do have to eat before you move. The third thing is that you have to find one race or one goal to work towards, even if it's months away. Having something to train for in your life changes how you show up for yourself daily. I'm telling you. Now, if we're keeping it a bean, I'm going to keep it real honest with you. The hardest part is not going to be the running, it's starting. If you're just now joining me, you should know that I hate running. But the feeling that I get after I do a great run or I do a great race, it's bar none. And typically everything in me wants me to quit. Food has been served. Let's stop for a second. I want to talk quickly about the trends and the fads and all the things that are circulating on social media when it comes to health and wellness. Very much well aware of all the things that make us better, make us look better, make us feel better, so forth and so on. But I want to interject and suggest to you that as I am a inspirational type of influencer or content creator, I want to make sure that you are doing this for yourself. This health and wellness journey and this weight loss journey that you are on needs to be specifically for you. What do I mean by that? It means you need to get your blood work done. You need to delve into your family history. You need to figure out what works best for a postpartum mommy. You need to figure out what works best for an African American woman in her 20s, her 30s, her 40s, her 50s. This is research that I implore you to do, especially since we are in our mid-year Q3 time frame. It is time for you to rev it up, or it's time for you to get serious and delve deeper into who you want to become before the end of the year is done. With that being said, I know that you're wanting to take tidbits from me and other creators and influencers, even doctors. We need for you to take a step back. Do not add anything else to your routine. Do not buy another product. Do not buy another program from an influencer or social media coach who happens to do health and wellness type of content. If anything, go to your doctor and to a nutritionist or a dietitian and figure out what works for your body. If you can take anything away from my content, I want you to know that we love Jesus over here and we are on our own separate journeys. That's why God made us separately and in his image, because we are totally different. I hope you start your journey today. Like, as soon as you end this video, start the journey now. Your health and fitness and wellness is no longer a negotiation. It is life or death. It really is at this point, because anything can take you out. If you don't lower your stress levels, if you don't change your environment, if you don't start that health and wellness journey soon, it could be life or death. I know that there's a statistic out there that says that we are getting colon cancer quicker than any other generation, or earlier than any other generation. And that should perk up your ears, because I would like to think that we are more of a healthier generation than our parents and our grandparents and so forth and so on. But the statistics and the data is there that says that that's not true. So anything can be taking you out at this very moment. And I need for you to take your health and fitness goals to the next level between now and the end of the year. I hope that isn't scary. I just want you to wake up. Okay, I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.